Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Aaron B here. If this is your first time coming across my channel, thank you so much for being here. On today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut a maxi skirt, a flare maxi skirt and a top. Does this sound like something you might be interested in? Just stick around. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button as you're about to enjoy free sewing and cutting tutorials. This is the fabric I'll be working with, and this particular fabric is 3 yards, and I'll be making use of the whole 3 yards for the skirt. Now the first thing to do is fold the fabric into two, just like you see me doing the video. After folding the fabric into two, then you fold it again in a triangular form, just like this, and we can start taking our measurements. Now the waist measurement is 32 inches. Because the fabric was folded into 4 parts, we'll divide that 32 by 4. Now 32 divided by 4 is equal 8 inches. So the actual waist measurement we need on this folded fabric is 8 inches. But instead of using exactly 8 inches, I'm going to add half-inch allowance, making it 8.5 inches. That extra half inch, when multiplied by 4 folds, give us 2 inches extra in total, and that will serve as our zip and sewing allowance. Now, because the fabric was folded in a triangular form, the folds are not balanced equally. So we cannot just place our tape in one spot and mark 8 inches once. First, I'll use my tape to estimate where the 8.5 inches falls. Then from the top corner, I will keep measuring round and marking little by little to be sure the measurement corresponds equally. Now, after estimating and checking with my tape, I realized for this fold, the point where my 8.5 inches waist measurement correspond is at 11 inches. And that's why you see me marking from top. You see me marking 11 inches instead of just marking the 8 inches directly. I'll measure 11 inches from the top, making several markings. Then I'll connect all the markings together to form my waist curve. Then after I get my waist curve, I can now take the length of my skirt. So the length of the skirt is meant to be 44 inches plus extra 1 inch, which will be for folding. But unfortunately, after checking, the length was barely 44 inches. So I had to readjust the folding of the fabric so I could get the exact length that I needed. And after adjusting the fabric, I will take the measurement again, just the same way we did in the beginning, the same procedure. I will just have to retake the measurement so I can get the exact length that I need. Now, after the readjustment, it's time to take the full length of our skirt. Now, the full length of the skirt, like I said, is 44 inches plus extra 1 inches for folding, which is 45. And I'll be working with a 2 inches waistband. Because of that, I'm not going to place my tape at 0. Instead, I'll place the tape at 2 inches exactly on the waistline. That means I've already removed the 2 inches meant for the waistband. Now I'll be doing it like that to get the 45 inches, which is the length of the skirt. I'll be doing it round. I'll get the 45, I'll do it, and then I'll connect all the lines I've marked together. Just the same method we use in getting the measurement for the waist. Now, we are doing this because the fabric was folded in a triangular form, meaning the folds are not balanced equally. We have to do it this way to make sure all measurements are the same. Then when we are done, we'll connect the lines together before cutting. So just like you see me doing in the video, just watch and learn. After cutting the skirt, the next thing we are going to do is to cut the top of the skirt. Now I'm just going to fold my fabric into two as well. Then I'll go ahead and give it a good press because it's a bit rumpled. Then we can start taking our measurements. The length of this top is going to be 19 inches. Now I'm going to add 3 inches extra for folding. This is where the belt is going to pass through. So 19 plus 3 inches will be 22 inches in total. So I'm going to mark 22 inches all round and rule a straight line. Now, because this top is not going to be having a separate sleeve, we'll be cutting both the top and the sleeve together. Now, the shoulder of the top is 16, and because it's on fold, I will mark 8 inches. And from there, I will take my sleeve length measurement. The sleeve length I'm making use of is 9 inches. I marked 9 and I added extra 2 inches for folding. And that's the sleeve length measurement. Now for the width of the sleeve, which is like the roundness of my sleeve, I want it to be 16 inches because I want it to be free. Now I'm going to be marking 9 inches, which is 18. The remaining 1 inch will go for sewing. Half inch will be for joining the shoulder, and the remaining half inch will be for joining the sleeve. For the neckline, I made use of 5 inches for the length, and for the width, I made use of 3.5 inches. And I will connect the lines together. It's a round neckline. In taking the body measurements, because this top is not fitted, it's going to be free. For the bust, instead of the usual 39 inches, which is for my bust, I added extra 3 inches, making it 42. Divided by 4, 10.5. I marked 10.5 and I added extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. Now for the waist, instead of 32 inches, which is the normal measurement for the waist, I made use of 38, meaning I added extra 5 inches for the waist. Then I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll go ahead and connect the lines together and I'll cut it out. Now we're cutting the back. I'll use the front. I'll place the front to cut the back because it's going to be almost the same thing. The only difference will be the neckline. For the back neckline, I'll be making use of 1 inches for the length. Instead of 5 inches I used for the front, I'll be making use of 1 inches for the length. But the width and every other measurement will be the same thing. Now I'm just going to bring back the top because I want it to have a slit at the middle area. Now I want the slit to be 2 inches long. Since the 3 inches for the allowance is already at the bottom, the slits cannot start directly from the edge of the fabric. So I'll first mark out the 3 inches for the allowance. Then from that point, I'll measure another 2 inches upward for the slits. That means in total, I'll be marking 5 inches. But the slit itself is still just 2 inches. The first 3 inches is only for the folding allowance. So this is the skirt, and in sewing the skirt, the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and weave the down of the skirt, and after weaving I will just fold it once. Then after folding, I will join both sides together and bring it back for us to see. So I've gone ahead to neatly fold the down by 1 inch. Remember the 1 inch we added while cutting the skirt? I went ahead to fold the down of the skirt by 1 inch, and I also joined both sides together. After joining the sides, I left a little opening where the zip is going to sit, about 8 inches by length. Next, I've gone ahead to cut out the band for the skirt. The band for the skirt is going to be 2 inches on fold, but I cut out 2.5. The remaining half inch will be for sewing, and I'll go ahead to join the band to the skirt and bring it back. Now, after joining the band to the skirt, I went ahead to add the zip. That little opening we left for the zip, I added the zip, and our skirt is ready. Now I'm just going to give it a good press and keep it aside. Now let's focus on the top. Now for the top, I'll just go ahead to cut out a facing I'll use in turning the neckline for the top. And I'm going to do this for both the front and the back. So I've gone ahead to use the facing to turn the neckline for both the front and the back. Then I went ahead to weave the raw edges of the facing to give it a neat finishing. Then I used hemming gum to hold the facing down because I didn't want any visible stitching or thread showing on the front or the back of the top. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to give the neckline a very good press. Then I'll look for a piece of fabric I'll use in turning that little slit that we have at the front. I'll just get a piece of fabric, just a straight piece, and I will use it to turn it over, then join both shoulders of the back and the front together. Now I've gone ahead to join both shoulders of the front and the back together and also cover the slit. In covering the slits, make sure to give it a good notch. It will help your slits more relaxed. Now the next thing to do is to fold the down of our sleeve. Yes, I'm going to fold the down of our sleeve. Then I'm going to also join the bodies together. I'll join the bodies together, fold it down, and I'll bring it back. Now after that, the next thing we are going to do is to hem the down of our top. Remember, we added 3 inches for the down of this top. So we are going to fold that 3 inches in. This is where our rope is going to sit. Now, because I don't have a very long fabric that I'll be using for the rope, I'm going to join these 3 pieces together. They are about 31.5 inches by length. So I'm going to join them together to get the actual length I need for this rope. Now I've gone ahead to hem the down of the top and neatly ironed it. What I did was I used a hemming gum to hold it down because I don't want any stitching showing at the front as well, but you can do otherwise. Now for the length of the rope, in total, after measuring, I realized the length was 94. I measured 36, 36 and 22, making it 94 by length. For the width of the rope, the width is 2 inches. So I will be using a safety pin in passing the rope through. And our top is finally ready. Now, if you found this video really helpful, please do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime we post a new video. I'll see you on my next tutorial.